welcome back. I'm here today with Sandhya Menon, the author of When Diplomat Rishi and her newest book, Twinkle with Love.
Okay.
Yeah, they're so much fun. So I love your books. I love that you're reading romantic teen comedies to more diverse characters. Awesome. What inspired you to do that?
So I think that I just got really tired of using one type of story, which is like with diverse characters, you always see the story of the struggle, you know, or like rising up from the slums to triumph. And I got really tired of that because I love romantic comedies. And I was like, I want to write some just light, fluffy, funny stories that everybody can relate to, but that just happen to have minority characters.
And I think you do that. I mean, that's great. You also have these really strong young women who have dreams of kind of breaking into fields that are traditionally dominated by men, which is pretty cool. So with Dimple, you've got, she wants to do coding, Twinkle wants to get into directing, films. So can you talk a little bit about why you chose to do that and what you want to say to young women today?
Yeah, so Twinkle's story came because I, as a writer, around 15 or 16, I was reading a lot of books, but when I looked at the books, like, I never saw people like me writing them. It was always white authors who were writing them and publishing them, and the characters were white. And so I started to feel like maybe my dream of being a writer was a pipe dream, and it wasn't like something that would actually ever come true. And so I think publishing is doing a really good job with that right now. But I feel like filmmaking has like a huge problem. And so in my research, I found that in 2016, of the top 250 movies made, only 7% were directed by women.
Wow.
And then when you factor in like ethnicity or other, marginalized status, that number goes way down. And so I wanted to explore what that would feel like to a teen who wants to be a filmmaker today, who's not white, who's not male, who's not rich. And so she's like, do I belong? What's going to happen? And with Dimple, it was similar. Like, I just feel like STEM is this huge place where men are still dominating like crazy, and we need so many more women just coming up and doing their thing, and women of color. So, I just want to like normalize that a little bit more.
So you write these wonderfully geeky teen characters.
Yes.
What were you like as a teenager?
So geeky, so nerdy. Oh my god, like I took this picture of myself to a school talk, and I wanted to show kids like what I looked like at their age, and they couldn't believe it was me. They were like, what happened? Like, why were you like that? And I was like, I don't know, I just was, And along the way, like, people told me, hey, maybe you should stop wearing like matching t-shirts and shorts, like maybe just like grow out your bangs a little bit. So yeah. So geeky.
Grow up to be like functioning adults.
Exactly. Like they can take me places now.
We touched on this a little bit, but we're finally starting to see a little more diversity in publishing. So what are your thoughts on the direction that's taking and your path to publication?
So I'm so excited that we have more diversity, and like YA is really at the forefront of it. I feel like adults still has a ways to go, but YA is doing a really good job, and I feel like it's only happening because people, especially younger people, are not afraid to speak about these issues that adults tend to shy away from, which is so cool. Personally, I got my start because my agent reached out to me, had read my book, and she's Asian American, and so is my editor. So like, I feel like I'm surrounded by this team of women who really are passionate about, publishing. But then I have my publisher who's white, and she is extremely passionate, and so I feel like it's like not just marginalized people, but also really strong allies who are making it happen. So
great.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, I think your books are very funny. I mean, like Twinkle, I was like dying at moments. And I feel like everything I've seen you in, you are very funny. So where does your sense of humor come from, and how do you write comedy?
I think that people who grow up super nerdy without a lot of friends, like, we tend to have a good sense of humor because you can't take yourself too seriously. Like, if you just have to learn to laugh at yourself, and from there, like, your sense of humor grows to encompass other things, and like, you just, I don't know. I love Sophie Kinsella. I think she's like a comedic genius, and I feel like if she were a male, she would be given a lot more, like, I don't know. I feel like she would have won awards for her comedy, and so she's my personal comedic idol. God.
Like I have
Yes.
two littles.
Oh,
I know,
yeah.
so I know you're a parent. So how do you kind of balance that with writing and family life? And I know you've been in school at some point.
Yeah, it's tough. Like, so, I don't know. I don't know if I have any brilliant words of wisdom, but I have a very supportive spouse. And so he works from home too, and we are 50% on childcare. I think that's important to have some kind of support system in place. But I think being a mom and being a writer is like being a mom and being anything. You always have to carve out your time and just make time to do it, make it a priority. And so that's kind of what I do. I just, this is my job, I get paid for it, it's important, and so everybody in my family kind of respects that. But yeah, I know, and I hate also, I have to say, I hate that people feel like they can say things to moms that they never say to dads, like, wow, you're traveling? What about your children? Like, number of times my husband has heard that, 0. Number of times I've heard that this year, only like 50. Like, it's ridiculous. So,
well, my children are with my husband today, and they're fine.
See? He's not babysitting.
No,
He's actually their
parenting.
parent,
He's
right?
parenting, yes, absolutely.
I'm like,
absolutely.
oh, no, not babysitting, parenting.
Yeah.
Like, they're his mom too, so.
I'm with you. So next I'm going to do a lightning round, just with some quick answers. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Used to be coffee, now it's tea because I have a caffeine sensitivity, but I love coffee though. I have an iced like caramel frap right there, so I've been giving it up all the way.
I like both, but coffee.
Yeah, partial. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're a dessert fan.
Yes.
Best weird dessert you've eaten?
Weird dessert? Ha. So can I tell you one that I almost ate yesterday? I almost ate a salt and pepper ice cream. I know, at the last minute I chose like the more traditional salted caramel, but I'm going back to Morgan Stearns and trying that
You should
soon.
definitely try that.
Salt
That sounds
and pepper.
really interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Awesome. Tell us a great book that you recently read.
I loved The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's so good, and I never saw the twist coming, which I always see twists coming. I did not see that one coming.
Awesome.
So
It's on my TBR, so
it's
that's
so good.
exciting. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. And a book you're looking forward to?
I am looking forward to The Outsider by Stephen King, who I love. I just got it, so I'm reading it on the plane today. I'm so excited. I know.
Awesome. Okay, let's do Hogwarts houses for your POV characters.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
And yours.
And mine. Okay. Mine is, I'm definitely a Hufflepuff, but when I'm angry, I'm a Gryffindor. So I have like this Gryffindor side, right? And then Twinkle is, I think she's a Ravenclaw with a side of Slytherin. And, right? Especially when you get to a certain part.
Yeah.
But then, Dimple, I would say, like people have told me she's straight up Slytherin. So, I don't know. I feel like she also has a Ravenclaw side to her. And maybe Gryffindor even, right?
I see that.
Rishi, Hufflepuff.
He's such a Hufflepuff.
Yes.
He's such a Hufflepuff. Yeah. And best advice for aspiring authors?
Wow. I have so much advice. I don't know where to start. I would say find your tribe. Like find the people who are at your level, whether that's querying, whether that's working on the first draft, whatever it is, like people who are at the same level so you can kind of grow together and help each other. If you have somebody who's far ahead of you, it can be kind of frustrating because they're like in a whole different arena than you. And then if somebody's way far behind, it can feel like you have to kind of slow down to their level. So find people who are at your level.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so lastly, what is next for you? I know Twinkle just came out.
Yes. I know, but writers are always writing
ahead.
Projects ahead.
So.
So next year I have 2 books coming out. In the summer I have Ashish's book. It's a companion novel to When Dimple Met Rishi. I'm so excited. And then in the fall I launch a new series. It's got boarding school. It's got royals. It's got lots of diversity.
Boarding school and
yes,
royals.
It's got like this Gossip Girl vibe. I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm excited. That's exciting. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me. This was wonderful. I love it. Yeah. So you guys, seriously, if you haven't yet, go read When Dimple Met Rishi and Twinkle with Love. Thanks again. Like this video, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.